You're live. Hey, what's happening, world? Here we are. We are back, and we have the amazing Shanel Lynn Haase with us. And I hope I didn't say that wrong.
Nope, that was right.
We're going to have a blast. I'm going to share it into these Florida rooms so we can talk about it. But she's here. We know that the topic of conversation the last couple of days has been the knockout, has been the Southern Belle, has been the middle school tournament, with some of the counties that are going on. So, we decided that maybe it's time that we discuss what's happening here, get everybody's mind at ease and kind of move forward with everything. And so Shanel was nice enough to come on, since she's been a big part of putting these tournaments on over the last 5 or 6 years. And she's got a son, Cooper, that's pretty damn good at this sport. So it's fun to watch him. But listen, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. Did you pull like the short straw? You were like the one that got picked out of the whole group?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm on the bottom of the totem pole. So they were like, oh, I'm not doing it. Oh, well, Shanel, you're last. So go ahead. You get to go.
Lucky you pulled this straw. Well, I do appreciate it. And I think it is definitely a topic right now that is out, obviously mainstream, because everybody looks forward to your event every year. And this year you guys are taking it to a whole nother level. And not only have you created the venue for the boys, but now you've got the girls and the middle schoolers. So you definitely have everybody covered. But I know the big question is, we saw Polk and Pinellas kind of lock their teams down.
Yep.
I don't know if we've seen any other as of today, but as of yesterday, those are the ones that we've seen shut down. So I think the big question is, what's happening with the knockout based on events that happened over the past weekend?
It is still all a go. We are rolling through. So knockout is still going to be strong, and we're still holding the middle school, and we are still holding Southern Belle. So all of it is still going on as planned. Nothing has changed. So we are still rolling through and super excited, and hope that, those that can still come are still going to come and enjoy this awesome event.
And that's awesome. And I know that the teams that are stuck in the counties that have precautions are still fighting those counties to see if they can get exceptions to come. And hopefully they do, because obviously an event is always great when you have Lake Gibson and you have Palm Harbor and you have all the teams out on the west there. So good luck to them, and hopefully they can pull that off and we can get them in. But the big thing is, nothing's changing, nothing's being canceled. It is FHSAA. It will stay FHSAA as of now, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It is still FHSAA. And as right now, we are not changing that.
All right. Excellent. So for anybody out there that wanted to know that question,
there's your answer.
Or whatever, there you go. You got it. All right. Let's move on. We want to get through everything this evening.
Yep.
We want to make this very informative for everybody. Obviously, for the people around the country that are about to listen, we're just going over kind of a tournament question answer. We actually have 3 big tournaments going on in Kissimmee. The knockout for the boys, high school, the ladies. We've got the Southern Belle. Folks, I always forget it. I always get it because there's so many names to it. I got to remember everything that's in there. The Southern Belle for the girls, and we got the middle school for the boys. So if you are a family and you have a little guy or a little girl and a big guy, you can get them all wrestling that week. Come on down to Florida, get in. And then prior to all of that, on the 27th, we've got the great Geneva Gray in town. And she'll be doing a clinic there as well. So get on and get through all that. But meanwhile, let's discuss a few things. Let's start. So tell us all about the arena, Silver Spurs, the venue, the location, the policies, kind of go through that initial information for us.
Yeah, for sure. So it's going to be held at the Spurs Arena, which is where they hold the high school boys state, the wrestling states are held. So it's actually in the arena. I know we did our last tournament in one of their little side halls. It is not there. It is in the big arena. The capacity is about 11,500 and it seats about 8,000. So all the seats are around the whole entire top, and then all the mats will be on the floor. We're capping it at about 3,000. So there will be plenty of room for social distancing and having your own little space and keeping your family safe, and etc. So don't have too much to worry about when it comes to that. It is huge. So there's plenty of space. On the floor, there will be 11 mats and there will be one elevated mat. So there'll be one mat that is elevated that will have some highlighted matches on it throughout the tournament. And then obviously the finals will be held on that mat as well. There is for the arena a clear bag policy. I don't know how big that is in some of the other states, but here it's big. And so they do have 3 things that you can bring. So you can have a 12 by 6 by 12 clear tote, which is pretty decent size, but it does need to be clear. So you can see through it. A 1 gallon clear plastic storage bag, or for the ladies, a 6.5 by 6.5 little small clutch. Not big, but perfect for the few things that you would need to bring to the tournament.
Like going to a soccer game downtown.
Yes. So yes, exactly. Just like as if you were going to the soccer game downtown, you got your little clear bag with you and you're good to go. Obviously, some of the things that are not approved are backpacks, binocular cases, large purses, oversized totes, camera cases, fanny packs. Now, that does not apply for the wrestler. They can bring their backpack in with them, but through the front area, they will not be allowed to. So they make sure you leave all that stuff in the car. There is no outside food or drinks, except that the wrestlers will be able to bring in like their water and a small healthy snack for the athlete, but you can't like walk in with your whole entire cooler and etc. Same rules apply.
Especially at weigh-in, right? You know, they have to do that.
Yes.
Real quick. Oh, thank you, Jim Price. I appreciate you jumping in on the comments. I was just going to say, Francisco, we're kind of going in order, and we're going to get to that comment, but we got Jim Price. He's working the comments, so we don't have to worry about that. So
this is the clear bag policy. If you want to take a look at it, so you know.
There it is.
It's posted, but here it is.
Awesome. Well, good. I don't have to pay attention to the comments. We got Big Price. He's handling that venue of it. All right, awesome. So that goes through all of that. Now,
Yep.
Obviously the next, obviously the elephant in the room is COVID.
Yep.
We have experienced, you guys have put on the Super 32 qualifier. You guys have done the Danny Byron Classic, 2 very large events, and you guys have hit it out of the park. So, and I'm sure it's gotten better as you've done these because you learn as you go.
Oh, yes.
And, we'll talk about what it's going to be like at the arena.
Okay, so perfect. We have run 2 successful tournaments since COVID. Danny Byron was held at Osceola High School, and then the Super 32 early entry was actually held at the Spurs, but in the side hall. So not exactly where we're going to be, but we already held one at the Spurs, just in one of their smaller rooms, because it obviously wasn't going to be as big of a tournament as we're expecting knockout in the middle school and the girls to be. Some of the precautions that we do take, just so it eases a lot of people's minds, if you have not been to one of our tournaments, there is defense soap spray at each table. So when you go up to the table, before you go to the mat, you like get a little squirt in your hand. There's somebody sitting there, they squirt it in your hand, they squirt it in your opponent's hand, you just rub it in. Just kill all the stuff before you go. And there's also a circle like tube thing, so you step in that, so then your shoes are completely cleaned off as well. So then you step on that before you step on the mat.
Right.
So your shoes are wiped down and your hands are completely clean. We do have a dry spray that we spray the mats, so you will see Michael Brown, he'll go out there and spray the mats. There's obviously, I already said, a lot of distancing because we are in such a huge arena. There will be plenty of space. The athletes will all enter through the back to hopes that we can keep everybody distanced. So the athletes and the coaches will enter through the back of the arena, whereas all the spectators will enter through the front. Just keeps kind of a separation going on and as well. And then of course the temp checks will be going on throughout the whole entire tournament. So making
And now
sure
with
that
the seating,
healthy.
awesome. And that's fantastic. And look, I've experienced 2 of your tournaments, so I know how well you guys do it. As far as the seating is concerned, Is it going to be like a free for all? We're only allowing a certain amount of people, but you can sit wherever you want. Is it going to be designated seating? Are they going to be colored coordinated, or is it just it's a 12,000 seat arena? We're only going to limit 3,000, and that should do the trick.
Yeah, I'm hoping that there will be little block off sections and parts that'll be based on what the arena tells us where our spectators can sit. And then of course, we're just gonna ask everybody to make sure you're using your best judgment. Don't set up, like if you went to the beach, you wouldn't set up next to somebody. So don't do that at the tournament either. If they're already there, move a row down or 2 rows down and then set up for, your family. So
I don't want to be next to you before COVID.
Right.
Like, why do I want to be there now, right?
Exactly. I don't want to be next to you now.
I want my own privacy anyways. Yeah.
You move down there and I'll move over here. So all is good.
All right. Well, you guys have, obviously there's complexities into having 3 tournaments going on at the same
Mhm.
time. And I know that. And one of the big things that we've seen people adjust as tournaments have been happening in our country is adjusting to the weigh-in process. I
Mhm.
think initially we tried to have lines and it was just free for all. And then we tried to separate people. But now from talk about, you guys have a pretty good idea of how to do it now. Tell us how weigh-ins are going to work, times, locations, what we should expect.
Yeah, that was one of the hardest things to figure out was weigh-ins because it was so easy just to have everybody piled on into our wrestling room or wherever and then weigh them all in. So trying to figure that all out has been more challenging than some of the things. But for the middle school and the girls, there will only be one weigh-in. That's it. They will have to weigh in on Sunday, December 27th, and that will take place at the arena. So they will come to the arena to weigh in. There is an early entry weigh-in and it's $20 and it's from 12 to 2. So you got a 2-hour time slot if you want to do early weigh-ins. If not, no problem. Regular weigh-ins are from 4 to 6. So go ahead, I'm sorry.
On Sunday, right? So middle school and girls,
Yes.
Sunday 4 to 6.
Yep. And then
we'll
early
be-
is 12 to 2.
Okay.
Yes. So there is no Monday weigh-ins for any girls or middle school. They will have
If
to
you
weigh in.
don't get here Sunday, you're screwed.
Yes, because I will have every bracket built and posted and open to the public and everything on that Sunday, probably by, I would say 7 o'clock. So after I end weigh-ins, probably within that hour, I'm gonna have all the brackets posted. So there is no, oh, let me come in tomorrow morning. No, you'll already be gone out of the tournament. So all your weigh-ins will need to happen on Sunday night because I'm going to build all of those brackets and have the tournament ready to go for Monday morning. It just helps me out some if I can do that, because if there are any fixes or changes or anything, I can be contacted and not have to try to fix all that.
You have 1,000, you have 500 boys coming in the next day, however.
Right. And then we have all the high schoolers coming in the next day for their weigh-in and et cetera. So maintaining all of the protocols that we have to, middle school and girls have to weigh in on Sunday. And then they also must weigh in a singlet with their mask. So if you need that extra ounce, you better be making sure you weigh in with your mask on. So make sure that you are using your mask when you get on the test scale.
And now is there, is it true weight? Is weight
Yes.
true weight?
Mhm.
Okay. And then high school.
There are weigh-ins. Well, obviously they have to have a weigh-in each day. They have a weigh-in on Monday and then they have a weigh-in on Tuesday. I have the times, but I didn't write those down because I'll get into that when I go to the scheduling in the next section.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, well, we got a lot going on in Florida. I mean, we're blessed to have wrestling, but obviously things are going on. We're having some limitations here, but
Right.
through the weekend we'll get adjusted. But well, speaking of scheduling, say no more. Well, next up, scheduling. So I know the big question is, are you going to put a schedule out? Are you going to put a schedule out? I know you guys were prepared to put a schedule out, and then Polk County happened, and then Pinellas County happened, and then some limitations in Osceola County happened, and now it's, okay, we're going to kind of let the buoy come back to the top before we release scheduling, right?
Yes. So I can tell you, we will have sessions. So Knockout will be in sessions. Southern Belle will be in sessions. Middle school, since I moved it to one day, will probably not have a session. Now they might have a break, but they will not be broken up into sessions per se. But everybody else will have sessions. So that way we can limit the amount of athletes and that are down on the floor that, you know, are not wrestling. Then they need to kind of clear the floor so they're not all just standing down there. But due to all of the cancellations lately around the country, we just want to give every opportunity to everybody to wrestle. So, and it is very complex trying to schedule 3 tournaments. Last year, I did not have to do this. And so at the same time, and we will release a very detailed schedule as soon as it makes sense to do so. It does not make sense to release it right now. And then we change it multiple times and then everybody's confused. They'll be like, oh, well, I got this schedule. Oh, well, I saw this one. And now everybody has like 4 different schedules. So a schedule will be coming, but just not yet, because I want to make sure that when I release it, that we don't have to have a million modifications to the schedule. But it will be coming down and we will be posting it and sharing it and emailing it out to everybody who's registered. So they have an idea on, you know, when they will be wrestling, because I would hate for somebody to be there and their child not wrestle until like 2 o'clock, but they got there at 8. So I would like to limit the number of people that are there if they're not wrestling.
Well, I believe and I experienced the Danny Byron for the first time this year.
Mhm.
I was there taking pictures and watching my kids get their ass kicked. However, it was exciting, but to see the process in action. Like last year, I came just to the last day of the knockout,
Right.
and I got to watch those finals, and that was cool.
Mhm.
But this was like really the first time I got to see you guys like in action close up. I was at 32 for a little bit.
Right.
But you guys move right through it. I mean, there is no question about it. Like, you guys wrestle. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's do it. Let's get through it. We're here for that. Like, no
Mhm.
BS. And you guys do a really good job with that. At least what I've experienced so far. Because definitely there are tournaments that I have experienced with my child where I'm like, how the hell is it 4 o'clock already? And we're only through like this many people. Right?
That's how I got into wrestling tournaments.
Yeah, I was like, oh gosh, this is killing me. But anyway, so good job to you and your team over there, and Haase and Price and Bird and everyone involved. But
Mhm.
we have this year, so it's not just the knockout this year.
Yes.
Obviously, we were discussing that. You guys have added a girls
Mhm.
knockout, and you guys have added a middle school knockout now. So talk a little bit about those and kind of age. I guess, you know, the Southern Belle,
Mhm.
it's high school girls
Yep.
only, or is it high school and middle school, or does middle school girls fall into the middle school competition?
Well, it's totally up to the girl and her parents, I would say. If they feel that their athlete is good enough as a 7th or 8th grader to compete against high school girls, by all means, go ahead and enter. And I say the same thing for the middle schooler. So if you have a 5th grader that you feel is up to the level to wrestle against 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, I would go ahead and enter them in the tournament, because I'm not sitting down checking grade levels and etc. We want kids to get matches. We want them to experience an awesome tournament, get to wrestle in an arena. So, you know, we just want to give them an all around good experience. There is no card that is needed. So you don't have to have a USA Wrestling card, an AAU, or any of those other things, because you don't need a card for the middle school championship or Southern Belle. So you can register without any of that.
And to be clear, the middle schoolers is not just boys. The middle schoolers can be anything.
Yes, middle school can be anything. It doesn't matter. It can be a boy or a girl. And you can wrestle in the middle school division as long as you are. I mean, I wouldn't put like a 2nd grader in there, but if you're like 4th
Hey,
or 5th grade,
I
but I guess if you
stuck
wanted to.
I stuck my 6th grader at the Danny Byron last week. So
Yeah, true. So
give
there
you an
are
idea,
parents out there.
that would be like sticking your 2nd grader in a 7th grade match. He was like an alligator rolling around, just so he couldn't get pinned. It was pretty funny to watch. But
Right. So I guess if you're that parent, go ahead.
yeah, that's what I did. But that's pretty. Nobody does tournaments better than the Osceola crew, Brant Parsons. So good for you. So yeah, well, tell us about the Southern Belle. I know we're trying to get some more girls down here. A great high school tournament. Girls from all over the country are already coming in.
Yeah.
What should we expect with the Southern Belle?
Well, I'm expecting big things. This has been something we have been talking about for a really long time, about teaming up a girls tournament with knockout. So we were really excited when we were like finally going to get to roll it all out. And then of course, like all this stuff happened, but so we decided we were still going to go with it, not to punish the girls. So we wanted to still roll it out, and we got amazing like prize packages, awards, I guess you can call them. And we will place first, second, and third place. First place will get a singlet and what we call a swag girls package. I don't know if you can see it there. I mean, so it's pretty cool. Got like some leggings, the front and the back of the singlet, and a sports bra. So it's all really cool stuff. And every first place girl will take home that swag bag full of gear, as well as their singlet and their medals and etc. So we are using just the normal weight classes for the girls, that they will probably be the weight classes when they sanction, I'm going to guess in Florida, which is 101, 106, 111, 116, 121, 126, 131, 137, 143, 150, 160, 170, 189, and 235. Hoping we don't have to combine weight classes, that we'll have enough females in each weight class to have a good, 8 or 16 man bracket. So I know Florida girls wrestling is taken off, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to hit a lot more of those girls, and they'll want to come and wrestle as well. So that's pretty much the girls.
Do it. Come on, girls. Pennsylvania.
Yes.
I hear you're not wrestling. Come on, New Jersey. Come on down.
Go.
Illinois. Come on down. All these states out there. Hey, I was looking at the flight. It's like $30 on Spirit. You can get down there.
True.
Yeah,
so come on down. We're ready.
And girls are going both days.
Yes, girls are going both days of the tournament because we want to give them the same experience that we are giving to the knockout, the guys. So they will go both days as well, so they can have that experience.
Awesome. Get used to the arena, right?
Exactly, because eventually the Florida girls will hopefully hold their states there as well. So get used to that arena is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then
so you want to talk about middle school now?
Yeah. So I guess, because middle school's one day, right?
Middle school is one day. We got some feedback on that. I was nervous about holding it in one day. However, I just decided to cap the tournament, and that way we could hold it in one day. So the tournament will be capped. It has not reached the cap yet. I am not saying what the cap is, because then everybody will wait to be that last one. And then I get 47 emails saying, oh, I just missed it. So it will be capped. And once we reach that cap, it'll be a waiting list, just like I did with the Super 32 early entry. I had a big old long waiting list. Some of them got on there, some of them did not. So it will be capped just because of the safety precautions. It will need to be. We will also place first, second, and third place. It is a one-day tournament. It is only Monday, December 28th, so you will be done. And here is the start of what the hammers look like. They are huge. So this is the bed of a truck. So you can imagine how big they are. We're not finished with them yet.
Is the middle schooler going to be able to carry that?
I hope so, because I'm not carrying it for them.
They'll be dragging it out. Yeah, it's like.
However, they got to get it out. But there will be one for each weight class. So come out and win your hammer. They are really cool. They look cool. They're gonna be super sweet. That's one thing my son hasn't won yet as a hammer. So I wish he could enter the middle school and win it, but he cannot. So come out and try to win your hammer.
And you said you're capping it at how many?
I am not saying what I'm capping it at.
So you don't know. Whenever
I know. I know a number.
Yeah.
Everybody in my little group knows a number, but I'm not telling what we're capping it at, because once I put out that number, then everybody sees it gets close, and then they try to register, and then I get like 100 emails saying, oh, I didn't realize it was that close, and blah, blah, blah. So this way I'm not capping it. As of right now, there's plenty of space for you to register. So don't wait, because then it might cap when you try to sign up.
I'll have to ask I'll have to ask my my little guy if he wants to get in. So maybe his brother doesn't have a team at the knockout, so maybe I can have his brother coach him on the middle school side.
On the middle school, yes.
That
That's a
would be
good idea.
fun, brother coach him. Yeah, I'll ask them if they want to do that. That'll be fun. So cool. So that's that. Okay. So something that I know has been an issue at every tournament is coaches, bands, who can be on the floor, who cannot be on the floor. I'm a coach, but I have a coach's card, but I don't have a team there, but I want to be there. It goes back and forth. Obviously, they have to go by the same rules everyone else does, correct?
Mhm.
What are the coaches' rules? What are your requirements? And how are you going to kind of control that?
Okay, so we have now went over the top with our coaching bands and etc. because every person out there is a coach, every mom, every dad, everybody's a coach now. So
I have
coaches
a
bands,
coach's card if that means anything. Can I come?
right?
I do, I
Exactly.
really do. I got, it says bronze coach something on the card. I
Right.
paid my
I wrote it on a scratch sheet of paper. Can I
Sent me
coach?
like this really cool scarf and a little charger. Pretty awesome.
Right. So we have kind of taken a little different route, and coaches bands are only going to be sold at weigh-ins. So you have from 12 until, what did I say, weigh-ins in at 6? Yeah, until 6 p.m. to get your coaches bands. This is for middle school and Southern Belle only, and not knockout. So this is for middle school and Southern Belle. Your coaches band will have to be done at weigh-ins, because we will take a picture of you and we will print it on your lanyard. We will give you a lanyard that you will have to wear in order to get down out of the bleachers and onto the floor. So there will be like security guards there, and they're going to look at your lanyard and make sure that it's you that is coming onto the floor.
You said bleachers.
Yes, it just helps keep everybody safe. It helps limit the amount of people that come down there. There's really no bad seat in the arena because you sit up high. So those will have to be done at weigh-ins. So make sure if you are going to coach on the floor, any wrestlers, that you are getting your coaching band at weigh-ins. For the middle school, which is 1 day, is $30. And for the Southern Belle, which is 2 days, is $40. Now, if you have a middle schooler and a girl, then I would just pay the $40 and go ahead and do both days. So just know that 1 day is $30 and 2 days $40. So, but you have to get those at weigh-ins, because that's the only time we're going to have that little machine out to print your little picture and etc. because it's a little bit longer of a process, but so worth it. And then you'll have your little lanyard and you get to keep it as a keepsake. And it'll say like the tournament on it. So, I mean, it's pretty cool.
All right. Did Cooper play baseball?
He did not.
Oh, because you said bleachers. I was like, she's a baseball mom.
No, he did not. I played basketball. He did not play baseball.
Yeah.
So.
He is. He looks like a basketball kid.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I did not say that, Coach Bird.
Yeah. But you definitely look at him. You're like, oh yeah, that kid can wrestle. And then he goes out and whoops everybody's ass. You're like, whoa, where'd that come from, right?
Yeah. He definitely doesn't look like he can wrestle. He wears like, I mean, he says it all the time. Danny Byron, his singlet was too big, so kids were making fun of him, and he has like real plain headgear and stuff, and he just wears like the black mat shoes. So like they look at him and they're like, oh, this kid can't do it.
And he just goes out and wins the thing.
Yeah. And then he goes to get a snack.
He probably never has to cut weight, right?
Oh, never.
Never. Bless him. All right, so we did see earlier there was people asking about spectators. So talk about that, passes, how can we purchase tickets, and then for family members or just fans of the sport that want to watch it that cannot make it live to the event. Tell us all about that.
Okay, so perfect. So the spectator prices will be $20 for 1 day, $30 for 2 days. They can be purchased either at weigh-ins or at the tournament. There are no pre-selling of these tickets. So I know we had to pre-sell Danny Byron. So people have thought that they were going to pre-sell these. We are not pre-selling these. So you can buy them directly at the tournament or at weigh-ins. And for those that are not feeling well, we ask that you stay home, or anybody that's not local and they want to watch it, it will be live streamed. And it will be $15 for one tournament or $20 for all three. That's a good bargain, right? $20 all three tournaments.
I like it. I like it. Now I know, okay, it looks like Price is in there talking. We were having, Coach Dan Armis was just asking about, but it looks like Price has taken over. So he's got it going on. They were just wondering if they have a high schooler and a middle schooler, how does the coaching pay work and all that stuff, but he's on top of it.
Good. He
And-
said he was going to be watching. So
Yes,
shout out to
yes.
Jim Price.
Yeah, that's good for him. He's in there, so that's cool. Now, like I said, I guess if yeah, my plans is to have the show there. I'll be there. You guys already have a place set up for me. Now, if my son, let's say your middle schooler has an older brother that wants to coach their kid, so then I would pay the $30 for my teenager to be able to have a coaching pass to take care of little brother and go coach him, correct?
Right. To get on to get inside the bottom part of the arena, they will need their coaching lanyard. Yes.
Okay, cool. So that works. I like it.
Yep.
And all right, let's see. All right, we got this. So we've talked about the arena and the venue. We've talked about COVID precautions. We've talked about the weigh-ins and scheduling. We've talked about middle school and Southern Belle. We spoke about the knockout is still on.
Yes.
Coaches bands required. You'll be handling all that.
Mhm.
Purchasing, live stream. Okay, so I know that we are at that time now where you guys were going to increase prices.
Mhm.
I know we've had some things happen the last couple of days. So are we still increasing them right now? Are we pulling back a little bit? Are we going to offer a couple more days for people? How is that going to work?
Yes. So after much discussion with everything that has happened, and us going live on this live stream, we have decided that we were going to extend before we increase the price. So you have from now until December 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern time to get the $35 entry for either middle school or Southern Belle. So we are extending that $35 until the 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern. So once that 10 p.m. Eastern hits, the price will increase to $50 for both tournaments. So we are not canceling, so you don't have to stress about it. You can go ahead and save your $15 and register for it now and not wait, especially middle schoolers, because I know some of you are waiting until the last second. And like I said, it is capped. So, and once that cap is met, I don't need you emailing me, texting Corey, calling and saying, oh, can't you get my kid in? So I'm giving you guys fair warning right now. The price is still $35 until December 22nd, and there are still spots available in the middle school tournament and tons in the Southern Belle because I did not cap it. So girls, fill her up. Like, let's rest.
Let's do it. Bring it from around the country. Now, one question, and Jim answered this for me earlier, but for the viewers, something that I tend to get messaged a lot is I have a individual kid, but he wants to be in the knockout. I know it's an IBT, but team version IBT. You have to be on a high school team to be in there. You can't just be an individual kid that signs up, correct?
Right. Correct.
Okay, so you can't, if someone says to me, hey, I've got Johnny wants to wrestle, can he show up? No, it has to be your high school team. You got to be part of that team.
Yes.
And
yes, it's teams bringing their wrestlers, but then it's turned those teams into an individual tournament. So, but for Southern Belle and middle school, you don't need a team.
Individuals. You can just
individuals.
cool.
Yes.
So, hey, girls out there, middle schoolers out there, high schoolers out there, there is plenty going on. We'll also have Geneva Gray will be there. She's offering a clinic on the first day. But just all around town. I mean, I had people on earlier, just all around town, there's wrestling happening. So come down to Florida, come enjoy yourself, hit these tournaments, and then go off to the theme parks and have a great time.
Right.
Follow Miss Lynn Haase here. You'll see her at the Disney World every day, trying to get on like the wilding world of whatever.
Disney bag.
Yes. Did you make it in today?
I did. Do you want to see the purse? Hold on. Do you want to see it?
I like it. Yeah, I'll watch. I'm down. Oh, look at
Isn't it awesome?
that is swag.
Totally worth it, right?
Yes, you did it. And please, Francisco Romero just asked, please explain the approach to mat assignments. Will you be keeping weight classes to 1 or 2 mats?
Most likely we will keep them at a certain mat. So they're not all over the arena because it is big down there. So like middle school will have their little section where they will stay. Girls will have their part where they will stay. And then once we have knockout starting, they will have their section where they will stay. So you won't have to go from like mat 1 to mat 11. That won't ever happen. But we will have bout board set up, and so you can follow along to see when you're going to come up. You will have bout numbers assigned, so you can look on Track Wrestling and it'll say you're about 1023, and you look up and they're only on about 1021. Well, you're about to be up, so you'll be able to follow all of that, so that way you're not confused on when you're going to be up, because there's going to be a lot going on. So you will be assigned to like a section. Girls will probably be assigned to a mat and they won't leave. They will stay on that mat until I tell them otherwise.
You're in trouble.
Yes, stay there.
No, but I think it's good. I really enjoyed how you did the Danny Byron.
Yeah.
Once you were assigned to a mat, that's
Mhm.
where you were for the most part until the finals or whatever. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, I think my kid wrestled on that corner mat, I don't know, 7 times. And it's great. And the great thing about these tournaments that you're doing is these kids, it's not 2 and out, right?
For which ones?
Is middle school and girls 2 and out?
Well, there'll be brackets unless they are 5 or less. So if it's less than 5 wrestlers, it'll be 5-man, 4-man, 3-man, or 2-man, best of 3. But if they're over that, then it will be a bracket. So obviously, if you lose twice, yeah, you're out.
Okay. I know with the Danny Byron, it was great because you had those round
Yes.
robins, and I think each one of my kids got to wrestle 9 or 10 times. It was
Yes. That's why we do that tournament that way. On the second day, we do that round robin. And on the first day, you do the round robin. So you're guaranteed matches.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think that's why people love being at your tournaments. The kids get to wrestle. Now, will there be a mat for, what do they call those matches like that don't matter?
They all matter.
Oh, like when you go to like Disney, they got that back room and there's a ref there and the kids will call each other out and they'll have exhibition matches.
Oh, exhibition. I don't think so, because all of our mats will be used for wrestling during the tournament. If I can find time and a section for it, possibly, but as of right now, there will not be a mat for exhibition, but there will be a highlighted mat. So that's the elevated one, and etc. But as of right now, there will probably not be a place for exhibition matches.
I know that's sometimes a question that's asked on these big tournaments.
Right.
Do the kids get some mat time somewhere else or whatever? So
right. And if we have space,
yeah,
we might consider it.
Yeah. We'll stick a mat out in the parking lot. You can do burgers and wrestle.
There.
Yeah. Out there.
Outside.
But inside, you follow the rules. But this is great. Well, I'm glad that you guys are still sticking to your guns and doing it. Yeah. And the tournaments are going to happen. And
yes,
it's awesome. It's right here in Central Florida. Come down, vacation. Weekend. The parks are open. I'm telling you, follow her. She's there every day. Yes.
They are open.
So come down, wrestle, have fun, enjoy the holidays. And I really appreciate you doing this. This was cool because
thank you.
I get to understand it more now, and I'm hoping that everybody out there got their question answered.
Yeah.
And if they didn't, well, now you know who to contact. Uh-oh.
You? Not me.
Yeah. DM her.
Don't contact me.
Slip into her DMs.
No, don't contact me. You will probably get the little ignore thing, and you'll just stay in my messages.
Well, no, she won't. She'll answer your question. Don't listen to her.
I would not do that.
No. Jim Price, right?
Yes, Jim Price. Do y'all want his email?
Yeah. Corey Haase.
Or Corey Haase. Call Corey Haase or Jim Price for all your questions.
There you go. She's going to be busy trying to make the Splash Mountain.
Yeah, like I got things to do, guys.
She was the only one on Splash Mountain like this.
Do you want to see that picture?
I saw that picture, but I was funny. You get the whole cart to yourself. Look at that. Now that's
That's
social distance.
On Splash all by myself.
Love it. How many times could you have done that in a row?
Oh, as many as I wanted to. It was really cold that morning. Nobody wanted to ride it. So I was like, oh, I'll ride it.
Yeah, like 52 times, right?
Right.
And your kids are like, that's not my mom. That's not my mom.
Yeah. Poor Cooper.
Poor Cooper. Yeah, he's down there with your daughter. Like, come on, we'll go over here and hide behind the trees. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, hey, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
all
you.
do for wrestling and Florida wrestling and
Mhm.
and everything. And like I told you before we got on, I'm a huge fan of Cooper Haase. God bless him. That young man is awesome. I love watching him, and I love talking to him. So I hope he continues to do big things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right. You have a great night.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.